is Savandi Abeyratne. I am the founder and CEO of Green Life Generation Private Limited. We are a small grassroots research and development company that is based in Kengala near Pallakele in Kandy. And what we specialize in is social research, sustainable development and alternative education. We started in 2017 when I was a PhD student in social work and social policy, studying the lives of Sri Lankan women who traveled to the Middle East for work. And 2017 was also the year of the Meethokamulla garbage dump collapse. And taking these issues into consideration, what I realized is solutions for Sri Lanka, sustainable solutions for Sri Lanka require us to take into account the social, economic and environmental issues if we are to create sustainable and resilient livelihoods in this country. Through our system, what we have done is we have made waste a currency in our community. So Bitcoin is the currency that we use, and people in our community are encouraged through this system to bring in their waste and exchange it for Bitcoin that we credit into their accounts. And we have built this ecosystem where we have a cafe, a daycare center, our retail outlet, and a growing range of services for members of the community to encourage them to change their behavior with relation to how they dispose of their waste. And on the other side, this also solves the problem of waste collection, responsible disposal of waste, and also solves our raw material problem and makes sure that we get our raw material to our centers. At the same time, creating a lot of jobs in the service sector, clean and green jobs. So based on that, the brand I Am Upcycled was the first thing that we started looking at production, and we started upcycling community waste, starting with cement bags, construction waste, paper, cardboard, things that were degradable, wood, and we got a good market for these products, local and international, those who come to the country. But the years from 2019 onwards were the crisis years, and this really challenged us with our production system. We couldn't sell our products, which meant we couldn't pay the salaries and we couldn't keep these operations going. So the learning from the crisis was that a production system in itself is not sufficient to build sustainable livelihoods in the grassroots. And also we have a social model. Our environmental model is built on our social model, where we prioritize employment for marginalized and vulnerable individuals, mainly single mothers, women with disabilities, older women, and also women who have care responsibilities, and they are kind of not accepted. They don't have enough opportunities in the labor market at the moment. So with the crisis years, us holding on to these people who are really vulnerable and having to kind of let go of them was really problematic for this business model, because this was not what we needed to do. And at that time, when you think of waste and waste as a problem in Sri Lanka, you'd never think that you would run out of waste. But during the crisis years, we faced a shortage of raw materials, which was cement bags. With the cement crisis, with the cement prices going up, there was a lack of cement bags in the market. Then the cardboard boxes that we used for our, like milk boxes, also went out. We were finding it difficult to find these raw materials, so we had to think of ways of how we kind of find these raw materials, while also addressing our lack of the breakdown in our kind of employment system. So we had a retail space in our on the street here, which was obviously not selling anything because there was nobody to buy during the crisis. The country was closed to tourists. Because our retail space was in front of the local school, we thought, let's make this a space where we can collect raw materials from the local community for our production operations. And that was how the Bitcoin system started. We already had a second-hand rack, because as a company that is prioritizing waste management and responsible consumption and production behaviors. Second-hand use is also something that we promote. So we thought, okay, rather than paying money for these raw materials, this waste, we can exchange them for things like clothes. And that we realized was a much bigger idea that we can use to solve this problem that we saw created things like Meetotamulla. And we have now a big ecosystem that we have built. So we have the service side and the production side. The service side, we have the community now more engaged. We have over 400 members in the community, junior and adults, who weekly bring their waste into our collection point. We have created more employment in the service side, the waste collection, sorting and cleaning, and then also at the same time we have our design team that designs products from this waste, and our marketing and finance teams that kind of like look at are these viable products that can go into market, and then we have our production team that produces this, and our retail side that we try to kind of sell and make some money out of it. So all this is a model that we are building. It's not a foolproof solution, and it's still not sustainable. It's still needing, we still have to build this model, and we call it sustainable business model innovation. So we are not profitable, we are still not sustainable, but we are keeping going. That's our story.